Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here today to race number 2 on a Wednesday night doubleheader live stream. NASCAR Heat 5 action once again with a full race live stream at you. And it is the Overton's 200 at New Hampshire. Just coming off a win in the last race at Kentucky earlier today for Dale Jr. Looking to go back-to-back and back-to-back on the day as well. So we're about to buckle in for this one. Qualifying is about to start. And then we'll hop on into the race. Very different racetrack from Kentucky. 1 mile in length, but the same length as far as laps in each stage, including the entire race. As a whole, 45 laps in stage 1, 45 in stage 2, and 110 in the final stage. This track race is a lot different. We'll see where Dale Jr. can qualify here. Really trying to work and diamond these corners off. Jr. starts high, kind of dives it off to the bottom. Try to do the same thing in turns 3 and 4. Trying to break maybe a little later as well. That time he drove it all the way into the inside. He definitely overdrove turns 3 and 4. That's going to hurt his time at the line. This lap is going to be a 29.983. That'll be 15th on the grid. Pole time is a 28.896. And your pole sitter for today's race will be Harrison Burton. Noah Gregson for the second race in a row qualifies second. Call 48, Andrew Hollenbach, welcome to the stream. And so, yes, here we go for this one. BMNJ, welcome to the stream as well. Justin Allgaier for the second straight race will drop to the back. Harrison Burton looks dominant, and Noah Gregson also looks fast. So the two drivers who are starting on the front row could very well have the more dominant cars for today's race. We'll see if Junior could go back-to-back in this one. Here we go. Green flag in the air. We're underway at New Hampshire. Junior quickly as they cross the line gets to the bottom of the track. 3 wide into turn 1. I don't think he could have had a much better start. Trying to slide up in front of the 6 of David Starr. He will. 3 wide behind him now. He tries to work on by Michael Annett. Annett got loose on the outside. Anthony Alfredo just drove around the outside to get around Dale Jr. Still 3 wide at the line behind him for 14th. That wheel hop going into the corner there by Annett. Hard on the brakes. Harrison Burton was able to lead lap 1 from the pole. Gregson couldn't file himself in line until Ryan Sieg had got around him for second. So that sits Gregson in third, 2 laps already in the books. Obey, trying to get around Junior. Junior definitely beat him back to the gas off of turn 2. Really trying to cut that exit to the corner like he tried to in qualifying. You saw it in qualifying in turns 1 and 2. He was able to do it really well. 3 and 4, not so much. Ooh, LeBay almost got into the back of him, and now he does get into the side of him. A little bump and run action. Probably got to see that a couple times at least today. And LeBay. And now the bottom is open for Brandon Brown. Junior gets the drive off. Stays in front of Brown. And Brown with the bumper. Junior tried to angle that corner like he wanted to, but he just couldn't do it. He had a car too close to his rear bumper, and that's why it didn't work out there. Brown trying to cross over Brandon Brown now in turns 1 and 2. You're trying to get right on the right rear of the 68. He made contact with him, and they both bobbled off of turn 2. And now Brown goes high. Junior tries to charge to the bottom, trying to get around him. And have that low exit to the corner. Once things start to space out, I think Junior's going to be able to hit his marks a lot better. Challenging track to pass on. Not willing to be extremely patient here either. It looks like Junior wants to go. And now he's 3 wide up the middle between Brown and Chastain. Oh, Brown just cut right into the side of the 8 car. It's like he didn't know he was there. But he had to have known. They were 3 wide for a while. Off of turn 4. And Junior going to try it again now underneath the 21 and to the outside of the 36. But that time the door closed a lot quicker. Oh, Junior forcing his way underneath Chastain. That about clipped him up into the 36. LeVay gets loose into the corner, hangs onto it. And I think Junior got the worst end of that stick. Just got freight trained around the top. Back of traffic here just outside the top 10. It has been really racy since the start. Look how far out ahead Harrison Burton has already pulled. Has led every lap up to this point as well. Contact on corner exit. Junior trying to get up the track. LeVay did not want him to come up the racetrack. Even they've made contact a couple times with one another. And a little bobble getting into turn 1 now. Junior charges to the outside. Justin Haley will get right around him. Now back to the inside of LeVay. Trying to hang right on the left rear, and he just couldn't do it. Look at that block by LeVay. I think he sensed Junior was coming. Junior had to get hard on the brakes to make sure he didn't run into the back of him. That allows LeVay to get a really good drive off compared to Dale Jr. And actually, LeVay is going to make a pass on Ross Chastain, it looks like. Junior going to try to follow. Couldn't stay to the inside of Chastain like he wanted to there. So underneath him now through turns 1 and 2. Really drove it off in there. Slides right in front of him. The shortened stage is only 45 laps in stage 1 and then stage 2, and especially in this kind of a racetrack, these laps are going to go by quick. Already 15 in the books. Junior's got a long way to try and make up on the race leader. That was the problem with qualifying mid-pack in 15th like he did. He's been running right around 15th this whole race up to this point. Trying to make some ground up on the outside. Things spacing out a little bit. It's helping for him. LeBay still hanging on that left rear corner panel. Junior with an aggressive block to quickly jump to the inside so he can try to get around Alfredo down there, and he'll clear him off of turn 2. LeBay now to follow the 8 car on by the 21 of Alfredo. Andrew, you're exactly right. Just with how hard it is to pass on the bottom of the racetrack. And the driver on the outside, the corner exit, but it's also hard to get right on that corner panel of the car on the outside. There you see Brown protecting the top. And force Junior to try to get into the bottom. Best way to do it is just simply trying to outbrake him into turn 1, and hopefully you can get the full car and clear him like Junior did with Brandon Brown that time. Junior's car is starting to come to him over the course of this run as well. Leaders are battling with lap traffic now down the back straightaway into turn 3. Dale Jr. is almost a half a lap off the lead already. 13 and a half seconds back of Harrison Burton. Saw an adjustment that made wonders for Dale Jr. at Kentucky earlier today at the end of stage 1. He's going to have to make an adjustment here in this one. Likely at the end of stage 1 as well. Cars really starting to free up for him. Starting to enter in high and exit low. It's the line he wants to run around this track. Wants to drive it in as deep as he can on the outside as well with doing that. Closing the gap there on Briscoe. Briscoe stuck on the bottom. Junior blows around him on the outside for 8th. Harrison Burton won stage 1 at Kentucky earlier today. Looking to do it at New Hampshire as well. Well, just a few drivers with multiple wins this season for Burton, but again, as we mentioned, it's been a long time since he's gone to victory lane. He won those first 2 races, and only 2 races he's won this year in the first 5 races of the season. Trying to capitalize going forward. See how much ground Dale Jr. is able to gain now. Again, with entering a lot higher, exiting lower, trying to almost diamond those corners off. So we're halfway through stage 1 now. It's a lot harder to run there when you're alongside or at least running with a couple lap cars. Junior just threw it off into turns 1 and 2 to clear Hemrick. Hemrick trying to get the crossover. Junior couldn't get the car to grip up like he wanted to, but he still clears the 8 on corner exit. The other 8 car in the field, that is. Brandon Jones looking to the inside of Colby Howard. Junior going to follow him. Brown got caught. 3 wide now underneath the lap car. Sorry, not Brown. That's Brandon Jones. The 19. And now we've got a slow car off of turn 2. Up in smoke. That is the 93 of McLaughlin. Car scattering down the back straightaway. Tough break for Michael Annette, who was in 5th place. Got held up right behind him. 4th place, rather. That's a free spot for Dale Jr. He's got Cindric right on his back bumper for that 4th position. Look at that low exit there for Dale Jr. About as low as you can go. Tire wear looking all right here through stage 1 as well. Still about 9.5 seconds off the race lead. Gregson's not that far, maybe about a half a second behind Harrison Burton. Still time for Junior to run these guys down. Yeah, I don't understand that either there, Andrew. Ooh, now we got a really good battle for the lead. Gregson, Burton, side by side perhaps off of turn 4. Junior cannot grip up through 3 and 4 well at all there. McLaughlin was able to get to pit road. He's been down there for a couple laps now. Yeah, it's just something with this game is they just keep them up on the racetrack for whatever reason. Cars don't know how to get to the bottom when they're up in smoke. They just stay in the preferred line the entire time. Only with the NASCAR Heat Series. Every other series, look at NASCAR Thunder 2004. I mean, they know how to get to the bottom immediately when that happens. Amazing how deep Junior is able to get the car to drive on corner entrance with nobody around him. It's where he's at his fastest. So I'm sure that's where pretty much everybody's at their fastest. Amazing how much less he is having to lift when there's lap traffic around him or even battles for position. He just cannot drive it in anywhere deep at all around this track. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. Junior now to the outside of Tommy Joe Martins. 5 seconds off the lead. 12 laps to go in stage 1. Burton and Gregson still battling it out right now. Junior less than a second behind 3rd place, Ryan Sieg. Matt Mills really pinching Dale Jr. down there. Junior wants the low exit, but not when he enters as low as he does. Kind of his only saving grace, or I should say it's a lot harder for him to exit really low when he enters low. Junior now to make a pass for third on Ryan Sieg. 4 position. Still trying to drive it in there deep and get the run off. Allowed Sieg to get back under him. Junior got back to the gas maybe a little too soon, but he's still able to clear the 39 for third. 10 laps to go in the stage now. It's going to be close on if he's going to be able to catch Gregson and Burton. They're still battling hard with one another. That's going to help Junior. And now we have a caution. So the caution will fly with just 10 laps to go in stage 1. As some drivers staying out, some drivers are pitting here. Free pass goes to Justin Haley in 20th. And now it looks like a lot of these guys are deciding to pit. Joe Graff Jr. might have been the cause of the caution. I'm not sure. Michael Annette's staying out. Junior in third. He'll stay out. So we're only going to have 6 laps to go when we go green. Some drivers are staying out. Some drivers are going to pit here. Junior conserving his tires. That's why he's staying out. The top 3 all stayed out. So this is going to get crazy. And you're going to see these 3 likely pit at the stage break now. Green flag back in the air. Who will win stage 1? 6 to go. Great jump on the restart there for Dale Jr. And he's got to go. And Annette quickly to the bottom of the track, but that leaves the bottom open now for Gregson. And Gregson blew right around his teammate Annette and Joe Graff Jr. That was the best thing for Gregson. Burton got caught behind both lap cars back there. And Junior's got to hold on for dear life. Oh, he entered way too low. And Gregson on those fresh tires, no match for Dale Jr. Gregson, one of the faster cars today as well. Less than a lap, he's in the lead. Junior entering in low, but he's trying to enter low so he can keep these guys behind him. He's getting too tight on corner entrance because of it. Junior got a good drive off that time. Just trying to hold those guys behind him. He cannot stick the bottom, driving it in as deep as he is. And Sieg is up to second. Junior back to third. Burton has lost valuable time. He's in 5th behind Jones, who is in 4th now. Junior still holding on to 3rd for the moment. Tried to drive it in, normal line, and that didn't work. That's what he was afraid of. Can Ryan Sieg catch Noah Gragson in the final couple laps of the stage? Riley Herbst now to the outside of Burton, who had to check up behind Junior. Tried to hold his lane on the bottom and hold Burton behind, and Riley Herbst now going to jump up in the position. These guys are battling for stage points here. Burton now to the inside of Dale Jr. He'll clear him for 4th. And now Herbst got caught behind Jr. Through turns 3 and 4. 2 to go now. Gregson is pulling away from Ryan Sieg. Burton's not going to have enough time to get anywhere close to where Gregson's at. Comes Justin Allgaier through the field. Allgaier started at the rear. He's looking really fast too. Junior entered in way too deep. He washes way up the track. Got a decent drive off though. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go at New Hampshire. In stage number 1, Noah Gragson looks like he's got the stage win in the bag after running down Burton and then winning the race off pit road and having a great restart. Junior able to hold on to 5th. Oh man, Cinder got tight behind Allgaier. But Noah Gragson will win stage 1 here at New Hampshire. Gwen Halp returned to StarCom 2021. Yeah, I was surprised I didn't hear anything about that up until you just said it now. Man, look at how far Annette fell. Back to 15. Joe Graff Jr. fell to last on the lead lap in 20th. Junior will pit from 5th. All three drivers did not pit at the caution at the end of the last stage. Half a round of wedge being taken out of Dale Jr.'s car as well. There is an adjustment already being made for him. So here we go. Green flag back in the air. These guys are only going to have about 6-lap pressure tires. I'm not sure if that's going to do a whole lot. It'll make a difference on the restart initially. We'll see. That wedge adjustment can make wonders as well for Junior. You saw how much of wonders it made at Kentucky earlier. Look at him squeezing in there 3 wide. Ryan Berwick, welcome to the stream. This might help with the short run speed with that wedge adjustment as well for Dale Jr. Fresh tire advantage as well. Already going to help. And Clements underneath the 8 of Junior. Junior had the lift. He was getting sandwiched between both Clements and Hemrick there. Wanted to keep it off of both of them, and he would have ended up in the side of Hemrick if he didn't get out of the gas. And they protected the bottom. Junior got the top side. Big move down to the bottom. Oh, Hemrick just squeezed Junior. Little contact there. Get right back around him. Well, they're going to get right back around Junior on the outside now. Junior trying to help with his drive in the corners as well on the short run with loosening it up. We're just going to have to monitor how loose is it going to get on the long run. It's going to be a big factor here of whether or not Junior keeps his setup. But at least he knows for the race going forward if it is too loose. Again, he should automatically do better with a little bit fresher tires as well. So I'm just slide right in front of Hemrick there. And Hemrick hard on the brakes, and LeBay almost ran into the back of him. Big slide job by Junior through 3 and 4. And now Riley Herbst trying to pinch the 8 car on the bottom. Herbst left the bottom open there, but Junior just couldn't quite fit. They'll try it again through 1 and 2. And that time he's going to clear Herbst, and Herbst got tight after Junior cleared him. Maybe a little too much aero push on the nose. Junior to the inside of Alfredo, runs him a little wide. Junior, a little contact on exit. Got back in the gas a little too soon. Now trying to go low and hold Herbst back a little bit longer. Noah Gregson is gone right now with the race lead on Harrison Burton, who is in second. Ryan, if you just subbed, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Do these full race live streams on the daily with a realistic broadcast. NASCAR video games. Junior still trying to work on Cindric. Cindric, meanwhile, has been trying to get around Justin Allgaier. And Junior pulls up, clears Cindric. Got a good drive off, too. It helped him pull Cindric on corner exit. It looked like Cindric had to broke the throttle in extra time. Junior is going to get right around Allgaier now through turns 1 and 2, so trying to make as quick of work as he can. Cindric looked low, couldn't get underneath Allgaier that time. Look at how Cindric drove it off in turn 2, almost like Junior. When Junior's off in the open, how low he's able to get the car to dive on corner exit. $30 to go. Big dive into 1 and 2. Junior trying to get back around the 19 of Brandon Jones, and he'll get around him now and clear him off the turn 2. So he didn't fall as far behind this last restart, both with the adjustment change and the fact he had fresher tires on the restart, I'm sure. Played big dividends there. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time today. We're in stage 2. Still 29 more laps left in this stage. How much lower Ryan Sieg's going in the corners compared to what Dale Jr. is. Jr. obviously, again, going lower on corner exit, but just the entrance to the corner. Sieg trying to dive it in maybe a lot more deeper. That time Sieg came off the bottom a little bit. But he couldn't stick the corner on exit as well as Jr. did either. Sieg seemed to have ran up the track maybe a little bit more. Junior now for third to the inside of Ryan Sieg. Oh man, Sieg really held Junior tight off of turn 2. I mean, Junior went low, but Sieg stayed right on his door. We'll see if he can try it again in turns 1 and 2. Gregson, meanwhile, has cut lap traffic, the rear of it at least. And Junior all over the back of Sieg. He'll try it again into turn 3. And Junior's got it that time, and Sieg going to try to cross him over. Junior clears him on corner exit off of turn 4. So Dale Jr. now up to third, 4.5 seconds off the lead, and about 2.5 seconds off of second place. Burton now about to catch his first lap car of the run. Yeah, I don't think Ryan Preece deserves another year in that car. But something's telling me I think they're going to keep him in the car. So I would say no, he doesn't deserve another year because he's had 2 years in it. This year was even worse than his rookie year, and his rookie year wasn't very memorable either. But I haven't heard anything yet. I feel like the later and later you go, there's really no other drivers that I could think of that would get called up from the Xfinity series to run that car. that would be a better option and safer option right now at the same time. Well, better option might not be the word, but safer option. So I guess that's kind of my answer with that. Three-second difference between Gregson and Junior. And Burton got held up there behind the lap car. Look at the lap traffic right in front of Gregson. He's got about 6 or 7 cars lined up. Junior splits 3 wide underneath the 13 to Fincham. He'll stay alongside the 20. Little side draft there going off into the corner. Look at how deep Junior drives it in on the bottom. Clears Burton. Burton now with a crossover. And Harrison Burton lines up on the bottom. So they roll off into turn 1 this time. Burton and Junior racing to try to get to Gregson. Gregson still on the outside. Junior goes high as well. 3 wide for him. Gregson still got side-by-side traffic right in front of him. There's just nowhere for Gregson to go. And he's in danger of losing the lead. Big wheel hop. Gregson hard on the brakes. Junior to the outside now. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the front of the field. Oh man, they split 4 wide there for a brief moment. Down the back, they got at least double file behind him going into turn 3. Yeah, a little bit of a trick question there. Yeah, Diamond Jeff, he's correct with that one. Kyle Larson is technically taking over for Jimmy Johnson. They're just switching the number on the from the 88 to the 48 for Bowman. So I guess technically Larson will be replacing Johnson, but they're switching the numbers again from the 88 to the 48. Caution's out for the second time today for incident. First time in stage 2. Looks like Justin Haley's going to pit from the rear. Why not? Joe Nemechek will get the free pass in 21st. So this is the second caution of the race. Only one driver going to hit pit road here. This will bunch everybody back up once again. And green flag back in the air. Junior has fresher tires than these guys out front, and now he's got the track position to go with it. We'll see what Haley can do on even fresher tires and what Dale Jr.'s got, but Haley hasn't really been a top 10 competitor today either. So I don't think that's going to be any more of a difference there. 13 to go, stage 2. Drove it in a little deep there. Gregson's trying to hang on to second. He's got Harrison Burton all over him. For really the first time since stage 1, those two have been that close to one another. Junior starting to pull away. 10 laps to go. Stage 2. 2.5-second lead on Gregson. Burton still all over the back of Noah. 4 position. Just can't quite get around him right now. Again, Gregson won stage 1. See if his teammate can get it done out in front of the field right now. But these are probably the 3 best cars today. We know the clear 2 favorite cars are going to be Gregson and Burton as we approach the final stage. Should be 110 laps in length. Michael Turner, welcome back. Yep, Kenza took over for Larson. I'm curious to see what Larson could do next year at Hendrick. I think we all have our own capabilities of what he can do, but he has been out of the car for a year, so I'll kind of give him a free pass this season. If he makes the playoffs, that's a win. Whether he wins a race or not. I think if he could just compete for wins throughout the course of the season, even if he doesn't get a win, it'll be a good year. And then come year 2 is where he's really going to have to show the improvement. I should say out of the car for nearly a year. He did run the first 4 races, but feels like so long ago at this point. 5-second lead here. Dale Jr. just trying to hang on to the end of stage 1. 6 laps to go. Or sorry, stage 2. I don't think he's going to catch a lot of traffic in these last few laps. Fortnite Cracked, welcome to the stream. Now almost a 6-second lead. 5 laps to go, stage 2. Yeah, Ryan, I'm not sure if you're talking about them with the trivia or with playing on this necessarily, but we're not playing online tonight. Three laps to go this time by stage 2. It's ridiculous the amount of playoff points Junior's already accumulated, and he's about to add another one. Guess he is going to catch the lap traffic here by the end of the lap. Seemed like he was quite a ways behind it a couple laps ago when I stated that I didn't think he was going to catch him, but he caught him pretty easily. Two to go now. Oh man, drove it off really deep there. Couldn't go any lower. Williams almost kind of took his line away. And now we're on the final lap of stage 2. Well, Kenton said he was already done, at least with full-time NASCAR. I mean, the only time he would probably race now is maybe a random appearance here and there. But I don't even think that's going to happen. He'll be 49 next year. His productivity was just bad this year. I don't know if he would want to come back. Green, white, checker flag in the air. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has won stage 2. And we will now roll into the third and final stage of this race tonight at New Hampshire. We'll be seeing some pit stops here. It looks like Justin Haley's going to stay out of the pits. Another half around a wedge being taken out of the car here for Dale Jr., so another adjustment. So it looks like Justin Haley, again, will stay out. He pitted under that last caution midway through the second stage here, and Joe Nemechek will get the free pass once again in the 21st spot. 107 laps to go. Justin Haley will lead the field to the green. Final stage of the night. Might stack up the inside with Haley on the bottom. We saw that on the restart at the end of the last stage. We saw the outside take off because of the older tires on the cars on the bottom, and that was the case here. Gregson held up. Dale Jr., Harrison Burton jump up 1-2. Burton drove it in hard. Jr. kind of overdrove the corner, and Harrison Burton's going to get to the lead off of turn 4. Now Ryan Sieg to the inside of the 8. And up the second goes Sieg. Riley Herbst starting to close back in on Dale Jr. Back up to 5th place goes Gregson. He just got around Justin Allgaier. And he is all over the back of the 18. Oh, Herbst just ran right into the left rear of Jr., moving him out of the way. And that allows Gregson to get up to 4th. Jr. just got ran over by the 18 of Herbst. Gregson pulls up and clears the 8. Sticking with the top 5 right now. Gregson still trying to work around Riley Herbst. Jr. was in that 3rd spot. Now it just seems like Herbst is holding up Gregson and Jr. Gregson got into the back of Gregson, or I should say Jr. got in the back of Gregson. Held him up, and here comes the net now. That really held up the 8 car. He got tight as soon as there was contact. Noah Gregson now to the inside of Riley Herbst for 3rd, and he will take over the 3rd position on the racetrack. This time by, we'll be halfway home here tonight, 100 laps down, still 100 to go at that point. On this 1 mile racetrack, the Magic Mile at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Again, Jr. slowly starting to reel in Herbst. He really lost a lot of time after the contact with the 9 car. But he has really Riley Herbst back in again. To the inside, Herbst got loose. Junior tried to crowd him. Might consider using the bumper like Riley Herbst did on him. Staying on that left rear. Herbst hasn't held him clear yet. Junior drives it off into turns 1 and 2. Now he'll clear the 18. A clean pass. And Dale Jr.'s back up to 4th place again. You're still losing a little bit of ground to those top 3 that are ahead of him. But now even on the short run, Junior looks like he's got about the 4th best car. So that's good. We're still going to have to wait and see what the long run speed is going to look like out of this number 8 car with the multiple adjustments he has made today. Still 2 sets of tires left the rest of the way as well. First lap car of the stage, I believe. No, I'm not sure exactly who that is. There's actually a couple cars closing in. It looks like Colby Howard in the 15. The first lap car, that really held up Gregson. Gregson was all over the 39, and then he lost touch of him. Almost wonder if Howard stayed out, and that's why he fell so far off the pace there. Now there's another lap car right in front of Harrison Burton. Up ahead. He gets around Mike Harmon, who is the next lap car, and Gregson gets caught behind him off of turn 4. Big run by Junior now to the inside of Gregson, going to trap him behind Harmon to move up to 3rd. Harmon has the pick car there. Gregson all the way to the bottom of the track. Him getting there was allowing Junior to have to stay on the outside the entire way through turns 1 and 2. MONRT25 Gamer, welcome to the stream. Two seconds off the lead. Here's a move for 2nd place now for Dale Jr. underneath the 39. Ryan Sieg, man, he really drove it off in there. Sieg crossed him right back over. Went for the home run in one fell swoop. And now it's a 3-car race for 2nd. And Gregson out of the inside of Dale Jr. once again, but he can't clear him. Jr. going to side draft him, sucking the air off the right rear corner panel, trying to drive it hard into turn one on the outside. And he'll clear him right back. Burton getting held up slightly. Big run by Jr. on the outside there, but Gregson going to get under him. Taking the line away from the 8 car. Jr. clears him on corner exit again. Now looks to the inside of Ryan Sieg into turn one. Little slide job there, and Jr.'s got the second place position now. Justin Haley, he restarted at the rear of the field. Or sorry, no, he restarted from the lead. That's right as he did not pit under that stage break. Gregson up to third. He got around Sieg and then got held up immediately by Austin Hill. Sieg challenging to the outside now of Noah Gregson for third. But Austin Hill is now going to get in Sieg's way, and that's allowing Gregson to move up and hang on to third place. 1.5 seconds. The difference between first and second. Harrison Burton in the lead, trying to get that third win of the season. Jr. already in the double-digit win total for the Xfinity Series season, looking for another today. First race of our doubleheader today at Kentucky. Harrison Burton won stage one. Ran top 3 most of the day. Finished third as well. A bit of momentum. Ran well at the Indianapolis Road Course, the race before that as well. Finished in the top 5. He had to lift there off of turn 2. Might have gotten back to the gas a little too soon in the center of the corner. Harrison Burton, really strong car. Again, even with the adjustments, Junior, you can tell, is getting faster. It's just so hard to catch the leader, whether that has been Burton or Gregson today. It's taken quite a ways into the run to try and run him back down. Burton a lot lower there through the center of the corner. Junior dove it off a lot better on corner exit. And now Junior to the inside of Burton for the lead into turn 3. He's got him for now. And he'll stay in front of him on corner exit. Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the lead off of turn 4 for the first time in the final stage. 82 laps to go. And again, still 2 sets of tires left. Guys are likely going to be able to make it on one more pit stop today. Easily can make it on one more stop. But they're not quite within that fuel window yet. We're going to alternate to the different camera angles one final time in today's race now. Just 81 laps to go. think of the two races we've had today, this one has probably been the better of the two. We ran Kentucky with the Xfinity Series before the start of this one. We've seen Dale Jr. leading right now. Jr. pretty much dominated the final two-thirds of the Kentucky race. No domination here, although he is pulling away currently. In the back of Harmon, he did not time that corner out as well as he wanted to. You can see what he was trying to do there. Kind of undercut him on corner exit. Might have timed back into the gas just a little too soon. Slightly tapped that left rear of Mike Harmon's car. Billy Kramer, welcome back. Wow, Junior sideways through the corner. All the way through 3 and 4. As we get later into this run, we're going to have to see how that's going to be the case. Again, adjustments he's made. He's fine through 1 and 2. See how he goes through turns 3 and 4 this time. He was really loose, almost kind of power sliding in the second half of the corner. A lot better that time. Very interesting. Something that Junior is probably going to have to monitor a lot closer here as this race carries on. Mostly as this run carries on. The current tires on the race car. .75 laps to go now. We'll go back to the normal camera for the rest of this race. Most drivers we've seen a lap down today, as well as the 17th place car, Ross Chastain. Well, that'll go a lap down. Only halfway through the actual tire run itself. Tough to gauge this early in the run if the tires are wearing out enough to where they would have to pit before the end of the fuel run or not. Around a 1 mile track like this, you definitely don't want to have to short pit. Easily going to lose a lap. We'll just see how trying to speak all at once there. We'll just see how that's going to happen over the course. Briscoe's really moved backwards. He's back to 16th now. Ran a lot better at Kentucky earlier today. Next full race live stream will be tomorrow night. A Thanksgiving Day stream. But it will be a little bit later start time, about 8:15 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. He just got right in the back of Haley there, down the back straightaway. Haley moved up right in front of him. Yeah, tomorrow's one of my cheat days too, so I'll I'll have a lot of food in me by the time we get going here. I am willing to eat whatever and whenever tomorrow. How low he went there, 3 wide. Haven't seen a lot of 3 wide action. Mostly it's been on the restarts. Oh, trouble! Car around hard into the wall. Brandon Jones. Looks like he lost a rear tire going off into turn 1, and that car just washed straight up the racetrack. It'll be just the 3rd caution of the night with 69 laps to go. And he could not save it and keep it off the wall either. He kind of hit a driver's side door first. So there's the caution. We'll have a restart with 65 laps to go now. Still 1 set of tires left the rest of the way after this pit stop. And Brandon Brown will get the free pass in 13th. Jones was in the top 10. It looks like he'll still be on the lead lap. That damage for repair, though, he'll restart at the rear of the lead lap. Dale Jr. wins the race off pit road. He'll restart from the lead. Green flag back in the air again. Oh, great restart on the outside by Harrison Burton. This is going to be the 3rd straight restart. We've seen the outside work better than the inside. They're 3 wide for 2nd place now. A little squeeze. Really nowhere to go. Gregson was willing to stuff it in there and not give Dale Jr. any room, and now Riley Herbst is all over the inside of Jr. off of turn 4. Jr. side drafted him right back down the front straightaway now. Now Jr. trying to cross over on Riley Herbst. Oh, contact! And here comes the net. Remember, Herbst ran Dale Jr. up out of the way earlier, so Jr. runs Herbst out of the way that time. Maybe a little payback. But meanwhile, it's going to allow Michael Annett to take over the 3rd spot. Jr. trying to cross him over, but Annett beats him back to the gas. Daniel Hemrick now up to 5th. Battle for the lead. Gregson all over the back of Harrison Burton. Gregson has not led in the final stage yet. Well, Gregson won stage 1 and has had just equally as fast, if not a little bit faster of a car than what Burton's had tonight. I mean, you can just tell how much Dale Jr. and this team has worked on this car under the pit stops throughout the course of the day. No adjustments under that last stop, but the first 2 is making adjustments, trying to loosen the car up just a little bit, help it with its short run speed. And he went from, at the start of the race, couldn't get higher than 15th until about 20 to 30 laps in, to all of a sudden hanging in there in the top 5, currently in 4th, even on the short run late in the race. But now can he run down the top 2? And will we stay green to the end of this thing as well? Guys don't have to pit at all. We saw 1 green flag stop at Kentucky earlier today, but no green flag stops will have to be made, scheduled at least, in this race. Gregson's having a tough time with Burton. He's all over him, and he might be faster. We'll see if he'll use the bumper after a little bit of time here. While Jr. is slowly trying to reel in Michael Annett once more. Annett beats him off of turn 4, though. So hard to pass the leader. And the leader has all that open traffic ahead of him and no lap traffic to deal with. Gregson tried to dive off the exit of the corner like he saw Jr. this time to try and close in on Annett. 4 Junior Motorsport cars running 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the racetrack right now. Incredible how good this team as a whole has been all season. Good drive off of turn 4 again. Starting high. Exits low. One of these times he's going to get around a net here in the next couple corners. It's just not close enough to just dive it into the bottom one of these times yet. I think turns 3 and 4 might be the time to make the move, though. He is all over him off of turn 2. Taking a peek. Dale Jr. up to third. So pull up and clear the one of a net. And beat him back to the gas there. Nice little slide job. And he's about 2.5 seconds off the race lead. Those two are bumper to bumper, but they're not battling side by side, so Junior not gaining as quick as he would if they were racing side by side and passing each other back and forth. Kind of staying single file, nose to tail. Junior is gaining ground. He overdrove 3 and 4, but up until that corner, he was slowly starting to gain on the top two. Burton still just trying to gap Gregson. He's not able to do it. I think Gregson's waiting for the lap traffic to make his move. But I don't think he can wait much longer with Dale Jr. slowly closing in on both of them. Wesley Robbins, welcome to the stream. It seemed like Junior was closing in on those guys, and now all of a sudden it's still a 2.5 to 3 second lead. It's just kind of like he stalled out. He's waiting for those guys to get side by side with one another so he can help close that gap sooner. Either that or he's going to have to wait for the lap traffic, which wouldn't be coming up too much longer. 51 laps to go now. Junior 0.2 of a second quicker than that last lap. And the race leader. I think he's lucky Gregson's not in the lead, because Gregson probably would have pulled away from Burton. Can't underestimate Harrison Burton necessarily, but Gregson's just been that fast tonight. Now he looks low off of turn 4. And he'll stay low. It looks like he's going to drive it in deep into turn 1. Less than 50 laps to go now. And Burton shuts the door in turn 1. Couldn't get around him. When they start battling like that, Gregson looks low again off of turn 4. I think he's going to try the same move into turn 1. Obe, welcome to the stream. Junior overdrove the corner that time. Again, his line throughout the course of the race Drive it in deep on the outside. Exit low. Kind of diamond cut the corner on exit. It's worked for him all night. And he's starting to close in on these guys again. Now that they've hit lap traffic. We'll see if Gregson might be able to make a move on Burton now as well with the lap traffic. Using it to his advantage. But they better make it quick because Junior's only a second and a half off the lead. And he's only going to get faster over the course of the run. Gregson following Burton past a couple lap cars. Still not quite able to make the move that he wants. Oh, and he ran into the back of Fincham. Junior did. And now we have a caution with 47 laps to go. Free pass goes to Jesse Little. Chase Briscoe might have brought the caution out because he is going to pit. It looks like he'll be in the race still. Jeff Green, CJ McLaughlin, the only two drivers that are out of the race. Fourth caution of the event now. Junior seems to have the car at this point in the run, too. We'll see what he can do on the restart. I think if he gets a good jump through the gears, he's definitely going to take it 3 wide. We've seen the outside work on the restarts the last 3 times, so we'll see what Gregson can do up there. Burton might actually be a sitting duck in the lead. So I don't think Junior's going to help him out at all. Not that you can really do much helping on a 1-mile track. On a restart, green flag back in the air. Junior looks low. He got through the gears a lot better than he did last time. 3 wide into turn 1. Sends it on in there and clears them both. Job well done from Dale Jr. from 3rd to 1st there. Now he's got the clean air advantage. Trying to diamond cut the corner off again, but Burton looked to the inside, couldn't get back around him. Junior back to the lead again. With 42 laps to go now, officially at the line. It stays caution free to the end. He's going to be tough to beat. We near 40 laps left. Gregson trying to get back around Burton. Had that low exit off of turn 2 that time. He's starting to pull a little bit more of a Dale Jr. line how he's been running in this race. At least with the corner exit. Gregson trying to get to P2. Burton's holding him up. I don't think Gregson's going to have anything for Junior at this point in the run. He's going to need another caution at some point. But not only is he going to need another caution, but he's going to have a caution and somebody else is going to have to pit. For him to really have a shot to get up here. And Gregson has gotten around Burton, or at least to the side of him. See if he can make the pass on the bottom into turns 3 and 4. And he will. Great drive. Burton had nowhere to go on the outside there, and Gregson just stuffed it into the corner and clears him on exit. So Noah Gregson up to 2nd. That makes 1-2 for Junior Motorsports once again tonight. Burton trying to cross him over. Here's some Burton now looking at a low exit to turn 2. I think Gregson beat him back to the gas and gapped him a little bit. Junior pulling away, at least for now. We had 5 cautions in the race at Kentucky earlier. We've had 4 up to this point today. Will we see another to match that? Again, both races, 200 laps, same length of the stages. It's a completely different racetrack, both in length and configuration itself. Both flatter tracks, though. But still not a whole lot of similarities between the two. Junior's just running his own race at the front of the field right now. He's got to stay out of trouble. Still one set of tires left for the 8 car if everybody did decide to pit under another stage break. It's taken them so long to get to the lead over the course of a run. If we did get another caution, these guys were to hit pit road, it would really hurt Dale Jr. quite a bit. It takes so long for him just to cut back through the field. I don't know if he'd have enough time. Again, that is not just a caution coming out. That's a caution coming out and everybody pitting. Or at least just that one driver to hit pit road. Just one driver to try and go off strategy and pit if everybody else decided to stay out and keep their track position. Could be the difference. And that could very well bring Dale Jr. himself down to pit road because of it. Giving up the lead, I guess it would just depend on how many laps there are at that point and who the driver might be. Seen some congested restarts. They haven't fanned out as wide as most other tracks. We have seen 3 wide on the restarts a few times tonight, but we haven't really seen a huge abundance of 3 wide racing, even on the restarts. Just literally maybe twice throughout the course of the night. Once was at the very initial start of the race. And then I honestly think the only other time was that last restart when Junior went to the bottom 3 wide into 1 to take the lead. And got it. It's just another one of those products, just like the last race, though, where the adjustments made throughout the course of the night have really helped Junior and have put him in the situation, because Harrison Burton and Noah Gregson have been really fast all night. They've been 1-2 most of the night up until this final stage where we saw Junior leading quite a bit before the last caution. Or second to last caution, and now on this current run as well. Some of just the most laps he's led to this point. Although he won Stage 2, his car's been a lot better in Stage 3 even than what it was in Stage 2 when he won. Stage 1 he finished in 5th. Car was a lot tighter at that point in time too. There's a little 3 wide action there down the front straightaway, but Junior easily outbreaks those guys into turn 1. No problem whatsoever. Nice clean passes. Junior almost got pinched into the wall there by David Starr, who was on the bottom. Luckily, obviously, Junior had the wherewithal to let out of the gas and just let Starr go for that last corner. He's able to get back around David through turns 1 and 2. Starr coming off a top 10 performance at Kentucky, finished in 10th. Great run for him there. Actually led laps in the early going of the race in stage 1. 24 to go now in this one, though. Alldale Jr. late. Almost an 11-second lead on Harrison Burton, who was able to get back around Gregson over the last couple laps. Both those two are quite a ways ahead of 4th place. Ryan Sieg. Sieg's nearly 4 to 5 seconds behind those two. And trying to fend off Michael Annette for that position as well. Junior just hoping everybody runs as clean of laps as they have all night for these final 20. And he'll easily have the win locked up and make it back-to-back victories, sweeping our doubleheader today for both Xfinity races. Next race again tomorrow night at Iowa. Short track racing once again on the season. That will be under the lights there. Start time at about 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Thanksgiving night. Oh man, Junior barely keeps it off of Hemrick. He almost overran the exit of the corner a little too low and about got in the wall. Just gonna try to put the bumper to Howard, and we got held up behind there. Hemrick got right around Briscoe. So is Alfredo. Junior barely kept it off of Hemrick after lifting and kind of shoving the car up the track so he didn't hit the wall head on. That would have been likely a DNF at that point. Definitely as close as he has gotten to that wall all night. He's been having a low exit all night and never really had to worry about it, but I think going 3 wide there is what kind of hurt that corner entry a lot more. He had to go even lower to make the corner, and there just wasn't enough room. 16-second lead now. Burton has pulled ahead about a second and a half ahead of Gregson. There's only 8 drivers on the lead lap now as Brandon Jones has gone a lap down. Making the decision to pit a lot easier, I think, if we get a late race yellow because there isn't as many drivers on the lead lap. Don't have to worry about passing as many cars on a restart. Again, it will decide or have to be decided dependent on not only how many drivers are on the lead lap, but simply how many laps are we going to have left. Because if we only have 2 laps, it's going to be a lot different circumstance. 15 laps to go now. we've seen how important tires have been tonight. Even on the restarts, you look at the end of stage 1, where the top 3 stayed out of the pits. Despite Junior having a couple buffer cars there, he still lost the lead to Gregson in less than a lap. Gregson, on that restart with 6 to go, got to the lead before they even got back around to the line the first time. So it's definitely a big difference between fresh tires and not, especially with this many laps on their tires. This is as many laps as they've had on their tires all night. Last caution came out when everybody pitted. 69 to go. So these guys have had this amount of laps on their tires since 65 laps left in the race. So up to this point, that is just over 50 laps. We haven't seen them on any older than 45 lap tires all night. So again, these are as old as they have been all race long. Also maybe making the decision to pit a lot easier. Canadian Bacon, welcome. Yeah, this is New Hampshire, not Martinsville. The other flat racetrack. Other flat short track. Martinsville, a half mile. This is 1 mile in length. Well, yeah, short for a speedway. I'd call it a short track. It races exactly like a short track. Especially with how flat it is, high braking zones. They even run the 750 package, they even run the short track package here. Like, how could you not call it a short track? Ten laps to go. Oh, Junior almost ended up on pit road there. Ran really low. Ryan Seed gonna go a lap down. Well, that leaves the 3 fastest cars all night as the only 3 on the lead lap. Dale Jr., Harrison Burton in second, Noah Gregson rounds out the top 3. Junior almost ran into the back of David Starr. Starr about took his line away on corner entry. Junior, technically, yes. He's only been running 1 or 2 races in the Xfinity Series since he's retired in 2017 for full-time competition in the Cup Series. And he did announce he was coming back for at least 1 race next year again. So he's not completely done yet. But from Cup Series action, full-time racing, yes, he's been done for a few years now. Already be 4 years next year. Right front down to about 20% tire wear. Six laps to go. It'll make it to the end. Overtime might push it a little bit more, but Junior's just trying to race as hard as he can to get to the white flag at this point. Sooner the better. Well, you got to figure. I'm sure he would like to race part-time in Cup Series with the short tracks. The problem is what team would he race for? Because you could only field up to 4 cars under the current charter system. as a team, and Hendrick Motorsports already has 4 cars, all full-time too. So you're already running out of options for competitive equipment. I'm sure you wouldn't want to come in part-time, and run a couple races a year in the Cup Series under, a way lesser team at that point, an underfunded team. That, and he owns his own Xfinity Series team, so it's a lot easier for him to race one race a year for his own team. Three laps to go. Junior has just lapped the field as soon as he drives it all the way to the apron into turn 1 to get around Harrison Burton. Right front tire down to about 14% wear. Even the right rear at 21. They'll be coming to 2 laps to go this time by, so it would take 2 cautions at this point just to get somebody back into this race. 2 to go. Dominating final 40 laps or so for Dale Jr. since the last restart. That long green flag run obviously helped him, but as well with restarting on older tires as it was also helped him. Nobody on the lead lap decided to pit under the last caution, making this even easier. Quickly jumped to the lead and just took off. And we last went green with 43 laps to go. This is the final lap of the race now through turns 3 and 4. One final time. Oh, Junior gets sideways, tries to keep it on the racetrack there. Not an ideal way to finish this race, but a good save nonetheless. Dale Jr. wins at New Hampshire. Maybe made things a little interesting in that final corner. About as loose as he's gotten all day. And he waited till the end to do it. Junior gets the win. Now burning it down in the victory celebration. An aggressive burnout, to say the least, there from Dale Jr. Might not be done yet. Little drag style burnout. Down the front stretch. Trying to make it all the way down into turn 4. This engine had a ton of extra power under the hood. Couldn't make it. Well, we're not done yet. Hang on. Trying to get this thing straightened back out. Might be the burnout of the year right here. This engine does not want to go. And he made it into turn 4. And right as he made it into turn 4, the engine is totaled. Nice. Great way to burn out after a victory here today for Dale Jr., sweeping the doubleheader. This race was an hour and 37 minutes total time. And he was the only one to finish on the lead lap at the end, a dominating final 43 laps. So Junior takes the W. Harrison Burton brings it home in second. Noah Gragson who won stage 1, finished third. Ran top 3 all night. Great run for him. Ryan Seaton finished fourth. Michael Annette rounds out the top 5. 6th through 10th is Cindric, Herb Stallgeier, Brandon Jones, and Alex LeBay. And the only drivers to DNF tonight were C.J. McLaughlin and Jeff Green, both in the first half of the race. So, there we go. 4 cautions total in this one today. Again, doing the points myself for the Xfinity Series, as well as the Cup on this game. 29.352 is the fastest lap ran by Harrison Burton tonight. Junior led 83 of the 200 laps in this race, so still led the most. Allgaier was on the move, started at the rear, got up to 8th place at the end. Finished 36th, and Colby Howard had the top break. Finished 34th after qualifying 20th. So that is going to do it here for this one. And once again, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race, the commentary, the video in general. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good rest of your night, and have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with your family and friends tomorrow. And I'll see you at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. Again, Iowa Xfinity Series for the next race of the championship mode. Hope to see you guys then. Thanks, and I'll catch you tomorrow.